السماء جلالا فأزيد أسراب الغر.
Imam Fakhruddin al-Razi rahmatullah alayhi, a great spiritual master, he said that man arafa nafsahu faqad arafa rabbahu. A person who recognizes himself will ultimately attain the recognition of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And again, the purpose of a goal of Ramadan al-Mubarak, that to attain the recognition of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to realize the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to appreciate the supremacy of Allah tabarak wa ta'ala is the goal of Ramadan. This ma'rifat is a very great thing. And this realization, the starting point of it is when a person begins to recognize himself, to recognize my strengths and weaknesses, to recognize my inner deficiencies and problems and faults and weaknesses and sins. And when this begins to happen, and when a person begins to embark on this process of self-recognition, then ultimately this leads to divine recognition, the recognition of Allah Rabbul Alameen. And the month of Ramadan al-Mubarak is no better opportunity. There is no better time. There is no better day and night. There is no better month that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us to be able to acquire this very quickly and easily. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to facilitate this for us. It takes place with effort and dua. These two things complement each other. Whenever Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam worked towards a particular objective, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam always complemented it with a dua. So when Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wanted Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless him with certain ni'mat or bounty, be it internal or external, the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would always complement it with a dua. Because really our efforts are quite weak. Our efforts fall short as far as our goal and our objectives are concerned. But when we complement it with dua and supplication to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then that task becomes complete through the barakah and the blessings of that dua.